right, welcome back to another episode of Plant-Based Dads. I'm Joey.
I'm Tim.
We are going to do a meal prep video today because I'm going back to work next week. It is Sunday, July 23rd. I go back a week and a half before the kids. So I'm going back on Tuesday this week. And I haven't meal prepped all summer, right?
You gotta be prepared,
and
be successful.
Tim's going to work. We're snacking on this, I probably have stuff in my mouth. While we're preparing, we kind of have something out. We just have the hummus, the red pepper hummus that Lex and I made in the videos. There's a link right up here. And it's so good. Like, it's a really nice thing just to kind of snack on while you're working.
Pretzels, flour, and water.
It goes so good with all of that stuff. So you may see us just kind of snacking on that. I want to say thank you to our Patreon supporters and our PayPal supporters. If you've ever seen the show and you thought, how can I help? How can I be part of this? You can become a PayPal or a Patreon supporter. Financial supporters help us put the show together, get the message out to the public. Speaking of the public, right? We are back from New York City, right? And I met Chuck, as you saw in that other video I posted, and Dr. Barnard, and you got to meet Rip Esselstyn, right?
Yes.
So that was exciting for you. And
but what was even more exciting? Meeting some people who watch the channel.
So, like, you've walked into places before here, and people are like, oh my God, it's Tim from Plant-Based Dads. No one's ever recognized me anywhere, right? Well, this time, we walked up there, I swear, we just got in the door, not even in the door, we were outside, and we ran into Rob and his wife from, I think they live in New York, right?
Yep.
Also known as Broccoli Rob. And Rob told us, we got the chance to meet him, he told us he's part of a pod there, and I think they run the pod there, and I didn't know what a pod was, I felt kind of stupid, but I mean, I'm not an activist, I'm just a fat guy that eats plants, right? That's it. But it was so engaging to hear what they're doing, right? So Rob saw us immediately, came over, and he was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe you guys are here. It's great to meet you. And he said something that was kind of fun. He said that he was more excited to meet me, right, than any of these other people because I was in his living room each week. And we take that for granted that you and I, like, people have told us that before. Oh, we look forward to Tuesdays. My husband and I sit down, and it's like our old friends are visiting every week, right? We've heard that, but we never really think about it. But when he said it, I kind of felt like, he's right, like, we see you every week, right?
Yeah. So then there was another lovely couple.
Yes, so Ken and his wife from Ohio. They were a really nice couple. They watch us too, and it was really cool. Like, I went there for these stars that I wanted to meet, and I wound up having a lot more interaction and a lot more satisfaction just talking to the people who watch the show, right?
Yeah, it was fun.
And I love that they came up to us and were like, we were approachable. So thank you guys. If you ever see us in public, come on up. It was great meeting you all. All right, so I think today what we're gonna make is the potato squash bake, right?
Yeah.
Which I swear like 5 people have told me in the last week that they're making that and they love it.
Yes.
Including Nini, right? So we're gonna make that. We're gonna make the refried beans that we make in every meal prep because that's what, like, my son eats, right? And we're gonna make a one-pot pasta. They're all recipes, right? We'll have links as we go through. We're gonna make a one-pot pasta just because I feel like I kind of want some pasta with veggies in it, right?
Sounds good.
And these will just be things we have during the week for meals. So can you think of anything else to add?
Well, I've got a wild rice hot dish that I haven't perfected yet with tons of mushrooms, including black mushrooms and other things. So I'll introduce that later.
It's not a hot dish. It's a casserole. You call it what you want, okay?
Yeah.
That's what they call it in Minnesota. Yeah, so you've made there's no recipe for that. You just throw things together. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
We'll get there.
All right, I hope so. All right, let's get started.
Yeah.
All right, so we're gonna start with the Instant Pot refried beans because they take like 36 minutes to cook. We can kind of get that going and just have it do its thing while we're working. Tim's gonna clean 1 onion and dice that up, and some garlic. I'll get that for you. And then we got our spices. So we'll put that together and show you what we're doing. Tim's chopping up the onion, dicing that up. I'm just gonna use some of this garlic, and I'm just gonna press it.
So then you don't get any garlic chunks?
Yeah, I don't like chewing on a chunk of garlic when I'm eating something. So if it's just kind of pressed and mixed in, then you get the flavor without like chewing on it, right? Yeah. So that all looks good. So let me press this here. That one's all over the counter. I'm going to press all 4 of these. Do you want to we got the spices.
Yep.
All right. Should we get the Instant Pot plugged in?
Yep.
All right, here's how this recipe works. We're going to put in, we're going to saute the aromatics first, right? So we'll just turn this thing on, or maybe we'll just throw the vegetables in first. No. we'll just turn this on saute and let it come to some pressure, let it come to some heat, okay? And we're gonna need a little bit of water. And apparently some hummus and pretzels.
Some water.
Oh, that's enough.
There's 2.
Yeah. All right, so we just kind of get that in there. I don't have an overhead camera on this, but we do have a recipe right here if you want to check it out. It shows you how we do all of this. On that recipe video, I'm doing everything exactly the same, but we now double the spices, and we don't blend them at the end. We just use them whole. We just like them as pinto beans instead of refried. We used to refry them, and Lex loved them that way, and then once they had Chipotle at one point, and Chipotle doesn't refry them, they just leave them whole, so now he doesn't want them refried. I don't know. But I like them that way too, right? Don't you?
Yeah, and if we want, we have the option of smashing them with a fork.
We can do that. So, all right, you can see here we're just kind of moving the onions around, trying to get them up the sides, and we're just going to get these sauteed for like 5 minutes until they're clear.
Normally I get the sweet onion, and this time I just got the brown onions. It's definitely a lot of more histines in the air, I think.
I swear, I'm crying here. Like, all I did was look over that thing, and I can't see anything. All right, let's get our beans in first, all right? So we've got 1 pound of washed pinto beans, but they're dry beans, but we just washed them.
Okay.
So we're gonna pop that in right there, all right? All right, so we're also gonna add 6 cups of water.
Okay.
And when you're doing beans in the Instant Pot, that's the ratio. It's 1 pound of beans, 6 cups of water. Whether it's this or chickpeas, it doesn't matter. All right, so we've got that in there. We can take it off saute here. All right, and let's put in the spices,
Yeah,
all right?
we're ready.
All right, so we need, let's see, 2 teaspoons of chili powder. We're gonna double the teaspoon, so we got 2. There you go.
All right, what's next?
After the 2 teaspoons of chili powder, then we get 2 teaspoons of cumin. We're just using the big Costco cumin. All right.
All right, 2 teaspoons?
2 teaspoons.
Okay.
Because we've doubled it from, the recipe calls for 1, but we've doubled it. The recipe calls for 2 teaspoons of salt. We're not doubling the salt. We don't need more salt. So we're just going to put the 2 teaspoons in, and that's it. And let's give that a little mixy here just to get it started. All right. So I always check to make sure everything's in. We've got the onion, we've got the garlic, the pinto beans, the water, the chili powder, the cumin, and the salt, right? All right, so let's get the top on there, set it to manual pressure, and I believe it's 35 minutes. Yep. All right, it's ready to go.
Yep.
Let's do its thing. All right, so let's kind of move that out of the way over here. All right, and you've got your dough doing something over here you want to work on, right?
I think we need to work on that next.
Tim's doing his sourdough bread, his sourdough, right? Where he was gonna make, he's got the starter, he's making a dough out of it. And while we're doing this, it's kind of gotten really big, so we're gonna have to stop everything, and he's gonna work on his dough real quick. Hang on, let me wipe down the counter. Okay, so tell us what's happening here.
So the link here, or here,
Wherever the link is.
yes, is for the bread recipe. But essentially, that's what this is as well.
Holy smoke.
Now with the pizza dough, I'm doing it a little different. This will keep in the refrigerator for 3 days, so we don't need it tonight. If we don't do it tomorrow, it's okay. But up until Thursday, we want to try to do that. It's risen about 50% for pizza. That's all that we need. So I'm going to put this on the counter. We're going to put it in a bowl. We're going to divide it into 4. We'll shape it, and we'll put it in the fridge.
Okay, and those are individual pizzas.
Again, sourdough, just for those of you who don't know, it's just flour and water. So simple. This is a hydration, so it's like 75% water to flour. Anyway, so I just wanted to keep it simple for you guys to see.
Now, is this the Missouri Trail dough, or this is a special start that you got from Needy? What was it?
I think, so it's a combination of the yeast from the air in Phoenix, and then the Pioneer Trail in Oregon, I think.
The Oregon Trail, all right. So that means that they started this way back whenever, and people have been sharing it, right? It's gonna go right on the edge.
Yeah.
And people have been sharing it, and this starter, has been, the base of it has been around for hundreds of years, right?
Yeah, exactly. And it was interesting. I think the inspiration for this came to us because my mom just posted that she made a loaf of the sourdough bread that we had shared with her. So anyway, I've got I used a plastic flexible scraper on the bowl. That works well. But now I'll use the metal spatula on the counter, and that's good.
So this is actual Oregon Trail starter.
Oh my gosh.
We famous.
Okay, I know that Joey has made a big deal of it being an Oregon Trail starter, but again, in the video I showed how to make it just from feeding it over 4 or 5 days. So you can make it wherever you're from. It'll be just as special. Okay.
It'll be just as special as if you use the Oregon Trail starter.
Yes.
Okay, so we gave them a link here to your sourdough bread recipe, right?
Yeah.
But you also have a link right here to your starter, how to make your own starter, right?
Since we're talking about that,
Yeah.
great.
Because this is your starter, you just combined it with Nini's, but you've had this starter for a long time.
Yeah. So that recipe that we've given for a loaf of bread, that size will create 4 dough balls for pizza. So we're just gonna do that now. So I'll start with the middle, then look at that. You can weigh this out, but really this is for
Please go by
our family.
eyesight.
We're good, you know?
Yeah. So we have a little bacon with Tim going on over here.
That's funny.
So Tim's doing this because we absolutely love pizza at home. And if you buy dough in the store, pizza dough, it's got oil in it. So we're using his sourdough bread so we can have an oil-free pizza.
Yeah, I mean, if we're already making this, I want control of what flour we're using, organic, you know, because if we don't get to this, Lex loves pizza. So, you know, it's our kids. I don't want a lot of pesticide or things like that. So that's why it's kind of worth all this effort. Now, can you absolutely do this with regular yeast? You can.
Yeah.
So.
And we also have a video right up here. It's a link right up there to our family pizza night. 10 tips for a better family pizza night or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. We've come to learn that pizza isn't about the cheese, right?
It's not.
It really is about the toppings. Like, you put all those toppings on and like you just forget that there's no cheese on it.
I mean, so our sauce is a little bit more special. The tomatoes are sauteed. Adding some fresh cut corn on it is a sweetness that is really nice. And then adding the fresh basil ribboned, that does it. That's enough. So
I just like a lot of sauteed vegetables. I like the corn and the broccoli and I like the tomatoes like cooked in the frying pan until they've broken apart, right? Like, I love all of that. And when I'm eating that, I never think about, oh man, I wish this had cheese. I always think like, I can't get anything else on here. It's so full, right?
Absolutely. And, you know, again, there's little shortcuts, right? We have bags of broccoli already frozen, so that just takes a minute versus fresh or something. So you can make this as easy or as hard as you want. So depending on the amount of time you have and who you're feeding. So great. I'm going to put these in individual bowls, put a cover on them and put them in the refrigerator. So they'll be available. Probably these need to sit at least a minimum for 6 hours. I'll take them out an hour or 45 minutes before we need them, and we're ready to go.
Yeah, we're not going to use them today anyway. We'll use them during the week.
So I've just scraped up some of the flour that I didn't use. It's in a bowl, and I'll just put this in the bottom, kind of sprinkled in. So this is where we're different, right? Because some people, this is where they put olive oil in to have the dough set. If you could just, I probably don't get the sense of this, but it's just like shaping a little cloud. It's nice. So it's kind of satisfying. I know it just sounds like what they're making pizza dough. It sounds like so much, but you just saw me less than 5 minutes cut, shape the dough. Now this goes in the refrigerator, and it's ready for us to shape when we're ready for pizza. So.
And pizzas cook really fast. Like, once you've got this part of it, we take that out, let it sit for an hour or something, and then like you throw pizza in the oven, it's done in 5 minutes. So it's really fast.
Yeah. Again, flour is one of those controversial things, right? So I feel like this is worth the effort versus buying from Fry's, Trader Joe's, or Whole Foods. They're pre-made pizza. It's like, I know exactly what's in here. We've used a sourdough starter, which gives us extra flavor. I mean, regular pizza dough can be made good with yeast, but I feel like this is another level, and so again, worth it. So I touched on the benefit of the flour type and the control of that, ease of use and all that. But the one part we didn't touch on is the other benefit with sourdough. It's a cultured product, right? So we're gonna have some probiotics in it, just like we would if you made coleslaw or slaw, with ginger, beets, or cabbage.
Yeah, it's important to get fermented foods, right? Like, and we just don't get enough fermented foods. I don't. Like, you have a little bit of ACV, right? Apple cider vinegar.
Yep.
You have this type of stuff. Then when we have the opportunity to have fermented foods, use sourdough bread, we do. All right, so we're gonna get started with the potato squash bake. I just got some.
Again, this is one of those things that everyone seems to be making. They're like, hey, and we're making that tonight, or hey, we made that, and
What's that?
it feels so good. Well, in the last segment, I told you I was on vacation and I've been causing a little trouble. So this, I just wanted. We were on the cruise. We were on the cruise, and it seemed like everyone I was talking to, as far as healthy, holistic people, everyone's making sea moss. Everyone's making sea moss. Everyone's making sea moss. So I just wanted to show you like what this looks like.
Oh my God.
And I think I may have hydrated too much. Anyway, so you get some sea moss it's dried. It's got salt on it and stuff. You got to rinse it off, and then you soak it overnight with some limes, and that's what I've done. So I just wanted to show you this. Really, this just goes in a blender with some fruit, your choice, mango, pineapple, and you have a couple teaspoons a day, and then you get some added iodine, I guess, and some minerals. But that's all I'm gonna say. But there's some people who think that this cures almost everything.
Sea moss.
But I wanted to expose to you, like, what is this sea moss? I mean, it literally is a piece of moss. Like, okay.
Okay, well now I know where
Can you
the
take
limes went from.
Yes,
my party.
exactly. This came off the tree, by the way. So anyway, I just wanted to say I'm trying this. Have you tried this? Again, put that in the comments, or if you have any questions. I don't see how this would hurt. One of the reasons I'm on this whole remineralization of your body is because we drink so much filtered water. Everything's taken out from that Berkey, so it's kind of like dead. So anyway, this is one way to get some extra minerals. Do you want to see my other method?
No.
Okay, you can tell I've been on vacation.
What the hell is going on?
Okay, another way to like remineralize your body is definitely with some sea salt, like Celtic sea salt, which is kind of hard to find because I think everyone's buying it. And then Himalayan salt, true Himalayan salt, that works. Another thing I found was this. It's a trace mineral drops. So it's about 1 teaspoon, goes in a bunch of water. I put some salt in it and some baking soda, natural baking soda. And
what do you do with it?
It just remineralizes your body. So you're
Do you
getting
drink it or put it on your face?
Yeah, it goes into your water. You're remineralizing your water. Anyway, maybe I'm way off board, but when I had a little time from vacation, and this is one of the project things I kind of did.
Holy
So I hope I
smokes.
didn't scare you too
Where
bad.
did you go on vacation?
Bermuda?
I went on a safe vacation. None of that happened to me. Okay, well, there's that. Remineralization with Tim. Episode coming soon.
Hey, I just, when we're doing meal prep, we always share a little extra. Here it is.
I feel kind of inadequate with my potatoes and squash now.
So with this time off, it's been good spending time with Joey, and it made me think about how we like cooking with each other. But there is one part when it comes to cleaning up. Like we'll divide it. Like someone will do the dishes, and then one will come and clean around. It's like you need your own space then, and it's not really the best to work together. But just got me thinking all the couples that we met as well, and here we are meal prepping together. Thought I'd share. Okay, so I'm just gonna dice these up in chunks. Depending on your size of squash or zucchini, I feel like I just cut it into quarters and then chop the chunks from there.
And you can see all those colors coming together. They're looking absolutely beautiful. Very, very nice. You know that's going to be a healthy dish right there. It's just amazing how well it all works together.
All right, potatoes next. Potatoes the last thing. Well, I guess some garlic as well.
Let me get rid of this here.
Yeah, because this whole thing goes in.
Yeah. And this is going to the compost. We have a video right here on DIY Project, guys, about our composting project, right?
Yep. It's been 114. So I've been adding some water once a week to it, giving it a stir. So keeping those cultures active, and because month away we're gonna start planting again. So it'll be good to have some fresh compost dirt for the garden.
Do you think that'll be ready by then?
Absolutely, it's ready now.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I had no idea it worked that fast. Just a few months?
Yeah, you can, as you turn it, you can see what it was like week to week, you know.
All right.
So, but I think you can tell we've added a combination of potatoes, Yukon Golds and a russet. So you have so much freedom or flexibility with this. Again, just chopping up. This is something kids could learn when they go off to college or...
All right, as usual, we've overmade the meal, so we need a bigger bowl to mix this stuff in.
You know, we added an extra bell pepper in there, but you just never know the size of vegetables you're getting, right? Like, yeah,
right,
you get a larger than normal potato in there.
Yeah, we're gonna mix this stuff up. All right, so we're just pouring everything in a bowl here. I did a recipe to this video right here. I don't have a second camera today because I've already made this recipe for you before, and I'm not doing good enough. And you could just watch that video, or you can go to plantbaseddads.net. The website has all of our recipes on there, and you can just go to the website, print it out, and make it yourself. All right, so what we're doing is putting all that in the bowl. We got to add the breadcrumbs go on top. Well, I guess it can go in, but it does go in. But we need to add the spices also.
I'm ready.
Okay, so we need red pepper flakes. So we need a tablespoon of that.
Ooh, a little spice.
It does add some spice. Then we need a teaspoon of salt. We got a teaspoon right here. Pop that in. All right. And then we need some pepper to taste. So I like a lot of pepper. Knock yourself out with that. All right, I think that's good. And then we get a teaspoon of paprika.
Okay.
Ain't gonna work. Yeah. All right, that's good. And then we need a cup of nutritional yeast. I'm trying not to call it nooch because my friends are like, "Watch your video. What's nooch?"
If you're gonna skimp anything, this is not the item to skimp. This does it, I swear.
All right, so we need a cup of this.
Yes.
Let me grab a cup.
Yeah. This is a half cup. We're gonna do it times 2. Okay.
All right, sounds good.
Sound good?
Yes. All right, and then the last thing we need is a cup of breadcrumbs.
Okay.
These are the Trader Joe's breadcrumbs. The only ingredients in here are wheat, flour, and cane sugar, yeast, and salt. There's no oil in this, and it's kind of as best you can get in breadcrumbs. So let's put a cup of that. That's a half a cup, right?
Yep. So 2 of these.
2 of those. All right. Put that in.
Little skimp, Joey.
Sorry. All right. And then 1 more cup. All right, pop that in. Now let's start mixing that up. All right, you can see here, Tim's just kind of mixing this all up. Look at all those colors, right? Like, that is a rainbow meal right there. This is gonna be absolutely delicious. That's gonna be so good for you. This just comes together so nicely. Of course, we have a huge mixing bowl here. This is the smallest of our huge mixing bowls, but this is gonna be amazing. All right, so there's a lot of stuff in there. I don't even know if this is gonna be big enough, so we'll pop it in here. We may need to use a second one also, right? As far as this goes, we just dump it in here, cook it for 30 minutes, mix it all up, and cook it for 30 more minutes. Do an angle because it'll all fit.
All right, guys. I know you look like this is roasting. You should have a single layer.
No.
But no, we stir this up later. So
yeah, there's no single layer. We put it in. It's a casserole.
It's perfect as well.
Yeah,
it's a hot dish.
It is not a hot dish. It's a casserole. We stir it up after 30 minutes, so just kind of make sure it's flat. If it looks like it's getting burnt, then throw some aluminum foil over it. We've never had to do that. We're not going to need the hummus in here, just so you know.
Well, we need it in here.
All right, so the oven is heated to 400 degrees. We're going to pop it in once it hits 400 degrees.
Nope.
Heat it for 30 minutes, kind of mix it all up. Heat it for 30 minutes again, and take it out, let it cool off, and it's done. And I've never had to cook it any longer than that. That's the exact time. We are at a different altitude than you here in Phoenix, so sometimes people be like, I followed your directions, it wasn't done.
They're in Colorado.
Yeah, they may be somewhere else. So, but for us, in Arizona, that's where we are. All right, the light is changing because it's turning to nightfall here. So we're gonna have to just deal with that. Everything looks yellow when in this lighting, sorry. All right, so
Thank you, Pampered Chef.
Pampered Chef can opener, yeah. So we're gonna make our one pot pasta. The whole thing is just made in the pot. So I'll try to take some video. So what we're gonna do is put everything in the pot here, right? We're gonna start with, in a cold sauce pot, 8 ounces of penne pasta. This is a little bigger than penne, but we're going to put in half of that.
Panoni.
Panoni, yeah, panoni.
Panoni.
Pasta. I'm Italian, you were saying. But
So you can have all different kinds of shapes. This is one that we have right now. That'd be great.
we'll just use this. So let me just make sure it's not egg pasta. Nope, just wheat pasta. That's great. I know. This is a 16-ounce bag, so I'm just using half of it. And that should be 8 ounces. Next, we now need a 14-ounce can of diced tomatoes. You still have the opener?
It's like magic.
Oh my God,
Voila!
I'm swinging.
Oh, were you?
Yeah, like.
That was dangerous.
Yeah. All right, 14-ounce can of diced tomatoes. We're using fire roasted.
You know, you could wedding on a budget. This could be a bouquet of basil,
It's very Italian.
but it looks it's slim.
Yeah, we're not.
Probably a bad idea.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, so 8-ounce can of tomato paste.
Ooh,
Open
voila!
that up too. Tomato paste never comes out by itself. Let's use the measuring spoon. Well, we might need this to measure something, so let me just use a spoon right
You got
here.
something silicone.
I got this. All right, it's out. This is 8 ounces, right? It's 6 ounces actually. Hey, we have a little bit of tube left somewhere,
Yes,
don't
yes. It's like someone set you up.
we? Like someone set me up. All right, well, you can't have too much tomato paste, so there you go. That's done. All right, now we need some seasonings. We need Italian. Do we have Italian seasoning?
Of course.
All right. We need a tablespoon of that.
Okay.
That's a lot, isn't it?
Look at you. You got a big pot.
Oh, smoke. Okay. I would do less than that. I don't think we need
It's
that.
level. Look at that.
I know, but I don't think we need all that Italian seasoning. Italian seasoning is very strong. Like, it's going to be a lot.
You got strong paste here. It's concentrated.
Okay, just throw it in.
Sprinkle.
It's a lot of Italian seasoning.
We're gonna be good.
All right, we're going to need garlic powder, the red pepper flakes, which are over here. Yeah, so garlic powder and salt, which we have. So we'll put a teaspoon of each in. So I'm going to put a teaspoon of salt right here.
So we've made this before, so fear not. Okay.
So did you bring the garlic powder?
No, I thought we had it up.
No, garlic powder. We need a teaspoon of red pepper flakes right here. I think I remember it being too Italian spicy before. All right, so a teaspoon of garlic powder. All right, and we're gonna need some water, 2 cups of water.
Okay. So this is a half cup. We'll do this 4 times then.
Yeah. All right, and we're gonna need like a spoon or something to mix this with.
Mixy.
So all of this happens in a cold pot. We're not cooking the pasta first. We're gonna let the pasta cook with all this stuff so it all infuses the flavor. So Tim's just gonna kind of mix all that together here. Just kind of get it combined, and then we'll turn the heat on and get it going. Obviously, it's like all cold and stiff. Nothing's heated yet, so we're not trying to do anything other than just get it all mixed together. But it's gonna sound like it's a little clanky, right? All right.
But again, how easy is this? I mean,
All right, so we're gonna bring this to a boil. So let me turn this on, hot pot, and just put it on high so it gets to a boil. And then we're gonna lower it, let it simmer for 10 minutes. Let's bring it to a boil and get it started. This is gonna come to a boil very fast because this induction heat cooktop works fast. And we're using our beautiful Dollar Strong 5-quart Avalon Series cookware. I absolutely love this pot. It's just the right size to cook sauce in, cheese sauce, and all that stuff. It's a beautiful pot. The technology is a 5-ply technology, copper. It's absolutely amazing. You can get your own Dollar Store products in the link right below this video. Thank you, Dollar Strong, again, for supplying us with all our pots, all our silverware, and all our knives. Without them, we wouldn't have any of that stuff. We appreciate it. Thank you.
all right. I just stirred up the roasted vegetables.
Yeah.
It's going back in for
Potatoes, yeah.
another 25 minutes. Right?
Another 30 minutes.
Another 30 minutes.
Yeah, we've already set the timer on the Amazon Assistant. All right, you can see here that it's starting to boil. So we're just going to turn this down to simmer and let it simmer for 10 minutes. And then the pasta will just cook in that water combination with the veggies for 10 minutes. And then we'll pick it up from there.
Awesome. So in the meantime, we've got some frozen vegetables we're throwing in this.
Yes.
So I'm going to chop those up to bite size.
good idea, yeah.
And then we've got some ribbons of basil to be slicing up. So really,
Well, there is a
pretty fast to make
yeah.
this.
The basil will be at the end. Let's show them the vegetables we're throwing in.
Okay.
This is an opened bag of Costco vegetables. We're just tossing the rest of them in. Right? We got like a half of that. So we're just gonna throw them in.
Yep.
It's just like carrots and broccoli and cauliflower and.
It's what we had on hand, and to make this a one pot, so it works for us.
You can put anything in here. That's just what we're putting in. You put in what you want. But frozen vegetables work perfect in here. All right. So depending on the noodles you use, you may have to let it cook more than 10 minutes, especially depending on how thick it is. We've added a little bit more water to kind of get it to simmer better. Because I don't know if it's just these huge noodles we use, but they weren't cooking. But now it did. We needed a full 20 minutes.
Okay.
So I think at this point, we're going to throw the frozen vegetables in, the broccoli, cauliflower, because that's going to take like 10 minutes to heat up. So let's pop that in.
Definitely when it comes in frozen, I've had to just make them more bite-sized, more friendly.
Yeah. All right.
Look at all that goodness.
Let me mix that in. All right. So you can just kind of see here, Tim's just mixing up all the veggies just added. So we're going to get that combined, and then we're just going to let it cook for like 10 minutes. That should be good. Still eating the carrots and the hummus. So let me give you an overview of the potatoes. They're done. We've stirred them up, put them back in. They've cooked for a full hour. Let's go check those out.
Yep.
All right. How good does that look, right? Holy smoke. Look at all these veggies with the cooked breadcrumbs on top. We did not have to cover it with aluminum foil. We never do, but you may have to. Look at those peppers. Look at that like little darkening on the end. That looks so good. This is going to be amazing for food prep this week. I'm just going to taste to see if the vegetables are done here. Oh, yeah. Okay. All right, so I'm going to stir in 2 cups of spinach next. I washed some spinach right here. I'm just going to toss it in. I'm just going to kind of keep moving that around just to get it all wilted. Want to make sure all that spinach comes in contact with heated pasta so it wilts it. And while that's happening, the last thing I want to throw in is about 1.5 tablespoons of nutritional yeast. Some nooch. I'm just going to mix that in, and that'll give it kind of a nutty, cheesy flavor. It's looking pretty good.
I just watered the trees.
It's looking pretty good, right?
Looking good,
Yeah.
yes.
You gotta water at night. It's 115, 117 degrees out. If you water during the day, it just evaporates like instantly.
Yeah, or you burn the plants.
Yeah, so you just kind of have to wait till nightfall.
Right, because the rest of the country, you wouldn't water at night because you get mold in the ground or something.
Here.
Not here.
Yeah,
Nope.
no, not here. All right, so that's doing its thing there. All right, so we can throw in the basil ribbons at this point. You want to pop that in?
Yes. Let's turn this fragrant.
All right, let's mix that up. All right, so you can see we're just kind of mixing in the basil here to get it combined. It's looking really nice. Look at all those different colors in there. It's gonna be a beautiful one-pot pasta. It's gonna be a nice filling meal. Okay, so let me just make sure everything's in here. We've got all our seasonings. We've got the pasta. We've got the paste. We've got the diced tomatoes. We've got the spinach. We've got the veggies. We've got the nooch. We've got the basil. That's everything.
I stirred in some love.
All right, let's see. Let's see. Well, that's important. Let's turn this off and let's give this a taste and see what we've got here, all right? All right, what do you think? Is it good? Any spice?
Good.
Oh, yeah.
Vegetables are al dente, like, it's good.
A very nice kind of pasta carbonara type of thing, right?
Yep.
Wow.
Okay.
All right, so we've got the potato baked done.
Yes.
This is done. The beans, they're still in this pot. They need to come out.
Beans are in the Instapot.
They're done. They finished a long time ago.
Yep. I wanted to go over what else we're going to have for the week. So behind me, we've got watermelon, cantaloupe. There's a pineapple. Yeah. That all gets cut and put into a refrigerator in separate containers. So it's just ready to go. Sometimes we'll go and look for a snack. Boom, there's fresh fruit. We've got some bananas as well, eating them whole. And then I've got a number of 2 different apple types in the fridge. So when I've been logging my food, and that's a great snack. It's a great go-to. So we have that in addition to all this.
All right, let's get rid of all this so we can take the beans out.
Okay.
All right, let's put this on the stove over here.
I hear a reset.
All right, so the Instapot with the beans is done. And I'm just going to get the beans out into this little container here. Now, I used to just, at this point, take out some of the water and then stick the stick blender in and just blend it all up. And we just, like I said, we don't do that anymore because we like them whole. So I'm just gonna use my spider here and just spider some of them out without the liquid. But then I'm going to fill this up with some of the liquid to keep the beans in that aquafaba. And then we'll use them throughout the week for burritos or on top of potatoes or for many, many other things. All right, so I'm just going to take some of the liquid here and just pour it in just to keep these flavored, because that's all the flavor in there. That's kind of all I really need. I'm running out of clean surfaces. So there's the beans right there. They're ready to go. Let me see if I can give you a little shot of this. All right, so there we have it. Perfect pinto beans.
Yes.
Ready for any occasion. All right, so pinto beans, done.
Yes.
Potatoes, squash bake, done. The one pot pasta, done. An important sea moss revolution, done. Bread rising for pizza this week, done. Right?
Ready to go.
I'd say we're all set for the week.
We got the mushroom casserole, hot dish. We also made a cheese sauce, so that's versatile for Lex.
Right.
And we've got our fruits ready to go.
Yep.
So we are in good shape.
All right, that's our video for today. Please hit that like button, show us some love, subscribe, and think about becoming part of that Plant-Based Dads family. Leave a comment below. Let me know your thoughts. Your food meal prepping for the week. We haven't in months, since May, but now that we're going back to work, like, it's here for the next 9 months. All right?
Yeah.
We'll see you next time.
Take care.
Bye-bye.